Just over a month ago, I made a video on how you can enchant using books, and I thought it would be a good idea to make more videos about enchanting and the best enchantments you can use for different weapons and armor. So in this video I'm going to talk about all the enchantments you can put on a sword, and at the end of the video I'm going to talk about what I think is the best combination of enchantments you can put on a sword. Let's get into it. So in this chest I have all the different enchantments you can put on your sword, and I have my trusty skeleton friend who's going to demonstrate all these enchantments for us. So the first enchantment is Bane of Arthropods. So essentially what Bane of Arthropods does is it basically increases the attack damage on arthropods. And if you don't know what arthropods are, it's basically like, in this game, spiders. So it's not going to affect this skeleton at all, so we're not going to do the test on the skeleton. But what we will do is use the spider, which is escaping from my pen. So a spider normally takes 2 hits with a netherite sword, but if we put Bane of Arthropods onto our netherite sword, then place the spider in, it only takes 2 hits. So the next enchantment is Curse of Vanishing. Now I'm not going to do a demonstration for this one because it basically means if you die, the sword would disappear and you'd never get it back. So it's probably not the best enchantment to have, really, is it? So the next enchantment is Fire Aspect, and what it'll do is it'll basically set whatever you hit on fire. So this is a normal sword, as you can see it doesn't set them on fire, but if I go ahead and enchant it with Fire Aspect, when I hit the skeleton it sets it on fire, and the fire does additional damage, and there you go, it dies like that. The next one is Knockback. So it's pretty self-explanatory, it basically knocks back the mob or whatever you hit. So if we just take the normal skeleton, it knocks it back a little bit but not too much. But if we were to add on Knockback and then have unlimited space, it knocks the skeleton back heaps. It knocks it back loads. So the next one is Looting. Now what looting does is it basically increases the loot that you get from a mob drop. So let's just go and kill the skeleton here, and let's have a look at what we got. So we got 2 bones and an arrow. But if we were to add looting onto that, and now if we were to kill the skeleton with looting, as you can see we get 2 arrows and 3 bones, which is a lot more than what we got from just the normal sword. So the next one is Mending, and I'm not going to do a demonstration on this one, but what Mending does is it essentially uses the XP that you gain from either, killing a mob or just any other way in getting XP, and it uses it to mend your tools. So the next one is Sharpness. What Sharpness does is it essentially just increases the damage dealt to everything. So as you can see, a skeleton takes 3 hits with a normal sword, a normal netherite sword. But if we add Sharpness, skeleton takes 2. So it severely increases the attack damage. So the next one is Smite. And now what Smite does is it essentially increases the attack damage to undead mobs only. So your skeletons and your zombies. So normal is 3, with Smite 1. So the next one is Sweeping Edge. Now I've added an additional 2 skeletons to this, and this is so I can demonstrate it a bit better. So essentially what Sweeping Edge is the sweep damage, or the sweep attack. So as you can see, if there's 2 together, 2 roughly close, it's essentially when it attacks both of them at the same time, or multiple things at the same time, and that's what Sweeping Edge is. But if we add Sweeping Edge onto it and then hit them, it does such a bigger attack and also more damage. And the last enchantment is Unbreaking. So what Unbreaking does, it essentially increases the durability of whatever you put on, so in this case the sword. So the sword will last a lot longer and it won't deteriorate as quick. Now what I want to do is give you my opinion on what I think is the best combination that you could possibly put on a sword. because with an anvil you can combine different enchantments and create a sword with multiple enchantments on it at once. So here I have the 4 enchantments that I think, if combined onto a sword, would lead to the best outcome. Now this obviously is situation specific, because it depends on what you want to use the sword for. If it's for general use, this is what I think would be the best. If it's for like spiders, then go for Bane of Arthropods. It's that sort of thing. But for general use, this is what I think. So I've combined them into one book, and this is what I think. Sharpness 5, looting 3, unbreaking 3, and fire aspect 2. So the reason I did that, the sharpness to increase the attack damage, the looting to increase the loot that you're going to get, the unbreaking to make it last longer, and the fire aspect to deal constant damage when you set the mob on fire. And also if you're on the move and you want to get cooked food, fire aspect actually helps in cooking the food as you kill the animal, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I'm right, I may be totally off, but this is what I think would be probably the best combination. If this video helped you out, make sure you leave a like and also subscribe for more Minecraft tutorials, plus some Minecraft horror maps that I do play as well. But for now, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.